Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue some more abandoned mode. Just jumping on a little bit later, um, from this morning's little episode, so just continuing. My silo should be filling up, and I might have some plants that are ready to pick as well. Yeah, it's only been, I don't know, I jumped off mine probably like 4 hours, 5 hours ago. So, get back into this. Alright, so looks like I got a little bit of stuff. Let's toss it all right in here for now. Alright, and copper's full again. I'm just gonna stick this stuff right in my storage container. Deal with it later on. Some rusted metal. Doesn't take long for that to fill up. Put it in there. Okay, I think I am gonna go over. Actually, let me see what I have. Oh, I want to sell those things. I've got too many of them in my inventory. I had a whole bunch in my ship and my storage container, so I'll sell off 20 of them. That'll leave me with a few. Those are all. Oh, I got more in here. Alright, sell them all. What I'm thinking is going over to this other planet with uranium on it. Alright, it's already tagged. And I want to see if I can find cobalt on one of these. And I'm not going to get lucky, am I? Oh, I'm going to get cobalt somewhere else. Alright, so if I can find uranium and magnetized ferrite over here, it would be really nice. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll give her a shot. Because eventually it's going to be nice just to be able to use uranium for fuel. I don't know where that planet is. That one. Yep. We'll head over here.
Technology recharge.
I want to try to fix up that other ship and multi-tool as well. I want to go to that other system I have with the frozen planets on it. Go over there and try to get some dioxide. I need a bunch of that to fix the ship and the multi-tool, I believe. So, see what's over there as well. That way you can also grab some frost crystal and start growing that. I'd like to have like a full biodome of frost crystal as soon as I can too. Just helps out a lot with glass. If I do something like decide to start a stasis device farm or something like that, I need a lot of biodomes. So I'd like to get started on making glass pretty early. I'm hoping this planet has what I need. Well, I want to grab some gamma root while I'm here as well. And the metals and gases too. So I might end up with a couple bases here. We'll have to see. I didn't realize how far away this planet was. But I want to land during the day, not night. like it's stormy. Oh yeah, there's water here. Alright. I have something marked over there, so we'll see what that is. Might be like a minor settlement or something. If it is, I'll be able to scope out that area a little bit for hotspots. Oh, it might be that base computer, the base computer archive quest. Just having to see the thing show up in the corner. That it was a part of the quest, so let's see if that's actually still highlighted here. Yeah, base computer archive. See, it's in a different system. Alright. And there's a minor settlement here. Okay, yeah, this was one of them that I had to interact with before. That little factory building or whatever it is. I've been here before. This is pretty handy having this here. I'm sure I already looted all this stuff. I may not have... Oh, I was going to say if there's a barrel. I probably didn't. It's not I grabbed this stuff. And I grabbed this. I already grabbed that. Okay. Refresh my memory, see what this is.
Radiation protection falling.
Junk. Alright. So let's see hotspots. I mean, I have electric, so that's good. And see if I can get something to ping on this. Okay, got a hotspot over there. Okay, and I have a gas in that direction as well. So, head out this way.
Radiation protection falling.
Surprised he's not showing up yet. My gas cloud is, though. Grab this. Whatever this hotspot is, it's big. So it might be an S-class. One of those. this is probably going to be an S or an A class. C class? Really? That started pinging 800 units away. Let's see what it is.
Radiation protection falling.
Looks like we have a factory over here. Oh, it's actually a minor settlement. That's kind of nice. Okay, we got magnetized ferrite.
Radiation protection falling.
Actually, let me tag that building before I lose it. Over here somewhere. There we go. What I might do is just call my ship in over there.
Technology recharge.
That. I gotta start building up my nanites again. I might start just cooking off all this salvage data for a bit. No gas here, no electric. Maybe something close by though. Okay, there is the gas here. Might be a radioactive wasteland, but it's got some pretty nice sunset. Yeah, I had to jump back on today because I wanted to try to get this base set up, or at least get it mapped out a little bit. Just find my hot spots. Just gonna be a little tiny base. Not gonna be as big as that other one. It's gonna be like a little supply base, that's it. Just kind of warp in and warp out. I should have a navigation data out of that. Or we can call my ship in. Actually, I'll grab all this stuff too. Rusted metal and everything. I'll just sell it inside. Glass.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
Yeah, I want to see if maybe I can get the gas from this planet as well. That'll be good to have on hand as well. I think that can refine into something else too. I don't think it's ferrite, but I think it's something else that you can do with it. I think you can mix it with oxygen or salt or something like that. And get the planetary plants or whatever. Oh, I wanted to just see if there's anything to buy in here. Aronium, which could be handy. Oh, they have nanotubes too. I've just been making mine, but alright. Actually, I want to put this in here. Actually, I'll just refine that too. Oh, that's the bottom of the barrel stuff. I'm gonna sell those things though.
Units received.
Put that in my ship too.
Technology recharging.
Alright. So that hotspot is over there. My gas can be over there. And I'm pretty sure outside this way I think is the water. Maybe not. Yep, it's the water. Okay. 'Cause there should be something somewhere in that water or on one of those little islands. It'd be nice if I can get 3 hotspots. That'd be really nice. I'm just waiting for that to run off real quick. I guess I can take a run over to see what that gas is. It might just be oxygen. If it's oxygen, I'm not going to bother with it. I don't need it. I think you get, like, I think it's radon or sulfurine or one of them over here. That's what I'm hoping is one of those. Need to keep an eye out for gamma weed as well. Want to start growing some of that too. Alright, what do we have? Okay, we got oxygen. Don't need it. Oh. Yeah, I got a metal over here. And it is in the water. Which doesn't surprise me at all. I kind of expected it to be. Ooh, it's an S-class, whatever it is. It's probably going to be copper. Let's go for a swim.
Radiation protection falling. Extreme radiation detected.
Oh, little land bridge. Huh, kind of a cute little spot. Okay, at least I won't have to build in the water. That's a big plus. Right on the coast. Let's see what this is. Magnetized ferrite. I think I just found my new spot. One of those. I'm gonna make this one black though. I think that other marker was the same color, like this gray color. Where's my ship? Okay, 440 away. No electric.
Radiation protection falling.
Well, if worse comes to worse, I'll just do that one base here. Let's see, let's get this flipped around.
Technology recharge.
Grab this. Just use it all up. Alright, I do have the gas. Be way out in the middle of the water.
Radiation protection falling.
Let's see if I can find out what this is.
Extreme radiation detected.
And sometimes you can get the angle just right so that you kind of skim the surface
Radiation detected.
without taking water damage. Alright, another 60.
Radiation protection falling.
Now we got oxygen. I almost feel like I waste my time when I find oxygen sometimes.
Extreme radiation detected.
And a lot of times I'll go to get a mineral and it'll be copper. Won't be what I'm looking for at all.
Extreme radiation detected. Extreme radiation detected.
God, that is just eating right through. Wow. Do a recharge here.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge.
Charge both of them just because I wanted to go find a hot spot.
Extreme radiation detected.
Yeah, that really eats it up, jeez. Okay, so I don't want to go that way. My best bet, that hotspot was there. It's probably to go this way or that way. So I'll take the easiest one first. Head off this way. See if I can get anything to pop up.
Extreme radiation detected.
I hate having to deal with water.
Extreme radiation detected.
I do have a gas in front of me. But that might already be too far away. Okay, that's only 300. Okay. Might be alright.
Extreme radiation detected.
I can always stretch my boundaries a little bit. And it's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we got a gas. Still don't have a metal. Okay, I have a metal over there now. Alright, I want to see what this gas is first. Okay, and it is radon. So we'll put one of those down. Save. And go see what this mineral is. Actually, how far away is that? Before I get too carried away. Can't see my beacon. There it is. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's only, now, might as well just say 500. How far away is this? 800. So, yeah, I'll have to stretch a little bit, but if it's the right thing, it won't be too bad. So I'll have to stretch in two directions, but it won't be by too much. That is if it's the right thing.
Radiation protection falling.
I'm gonna have to go in the water. Yeah, not very far though. Wait a minute. Is that one of those clams? It is. Yeah, I do not want to get too close to him. Yeah, and it's right, it's right next to the hot spot. Yeah. Keep my distance. They can fling you pretty far. What do we have? Alright, we got uranium, so good. I'll put this here.
Radiation protection falling.
What is that? Alright. Let's see. I think there might be more than one clam there.
Extreme radiation detected. Radiation protection falling.
Alright. A little treasure while I was there. Alright, recharge that. Back up. Right. What I want to do is I want to get about, close to where that radon deposit was. Up like this. And find that. That's 200 away. How far away is it? Okay, 316, which is no problem. And behind here somewhere. Yeah, it's good, the black marker. Of course, everything blends in my markers. Okay, so I only have to really stretch for that one, and it's only going to be like 200 units, so I'm not too worried about it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build probably right over here. I think would be good. See if I have power here. Oh, I do have a power. I have an S-class power hotspot too. Dude, that's awesome. Okay. That's 300 units, so I can't build right here, but build close to it. Oh, where's that radon? I don't know why I have trouble seeing these markers sometimes. Okay. Where's the radon? Alright, that power is 350, so I will have to stretch that a little bit. That's not bad. So I'm gonna... I'll just pop down a base right about here. I will have to do a little bit of stretching, but only one of them's any real stretching. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal being able to find a hotspot right there. So, or the electric. Hopefully I have enough juice in my ship. I think I'm going to be a little bit shy. Oh, I guess not. Maybe that efficient thruster helped me out. Let's set that right there. Jump in here for a minute. Oh, those only go for 4,000. I think there's a couple recipes you need for it, though. Oh, I never started that? Oh. Okay, and I think I'm gonna do this base a little bit differently. I think I'm gonna do the structure first. That way my silos are in place, all I have to do is hook things up when I get it done. That way I can also run power directly to it, and then run power out of it kind of quicker. So, let's see. I don't want that radon to interfere with my location. So, I will build down here. And I'm just going to do a prefab, so not going to be anything fancy at all. That is, if I have the materials. I don't have the materials. So, temporarily put down some storage containers. Where are they? So I'm going to put down 0. Oh, I don't have that. Oh. Ship's too far away, maybe? I normally have magnetized ferrite in here. It must be my exocraft. Which I can't summon. So I don't have metal plating. Unless I forgot to take it out of my exocraft. Oh, I want to summon it first, though. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to get some magnetized ferrite. Let me delete that, though. See if I can just find some instead of making it. Magnetized ferrite. And I bet that's underwater. Oh, maybe not. I saw that lighter color up here, and I thought that was one big
Extreme
thing of
radiation
magnetite.
detected.
I say, wow, that's a lot of magnetized ferrite. Not very much. Sure, I have the smallest beam possible. Pick some up. Oh, I only need enough to build a storage container. I don't need enough to build a building, so, but I will take all of it.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, I figured I'd get this hotspot mainly because making it's kind of a pain. It just takes time with refining. And I've got the planet right in the system, and I want to use it for uranium anyway, so might as well
Radiation
get
protection
this resource included.
technology recharge.
Alright. That should be a pretty good amount. So, yeah, that should be plenty. This is done too. And start building up the nanites again. Make sure I head towards the right base. I should see it. I was going to say, I meant to look around for curious deposits as well. I haven't been doing that. See a bunch of yellow markers, but they're all underwater things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a couple of storage containers. I'll put down 0 and 2. That way I can pull out that stuff, because I'm not going to need any carbon. Well, not a lot of carbon stuff. Although I will need to grab pure ferrite out of here. Let's grab 2 stacks of it for now. I don't like my buildings to be directly on the ground, so with the prefabs, what I do like to do is put down one of these frames. But I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna hold off on that. What I'll do is I'll put down like 2 of these. It is already kind of off the ground a little. Yeah, that should be tall enough. And then I'll put a frame on top of it. It doesn't have to be like perfect or anything. A lot of times I'll glitch them in, but do something like that. I'll copy that, put one under it, and that should work fine. That way it's off the ground, but it's not up in the air, so. Alright, and I'm just going to use one of these square rooms. Toss that there. Toss a door on it. And take that back out. Actually, let's put that right there for now. Do that. Why won't it let me snap that there? You rip that building off. Okay, I can snap it now. Okay, I'll just drag this out a little bit. Now I'll put my building back on it. That way at least I have a place to step onto. I'm actually going to bring that out a little bit more. Let's use that. That way the floor isn't inside. And toss a door on. Alright. Got a little place to stand. Now, can I access my containers? Okay, good. So I'm gonna need 30 metal plating. Might have to do a couple different batches. Actually, I'm gonna bring over 60, or as many as I can. Alright. That'll work, I guess. Actually. Oh. I had a small stack of something in here. Fill that up. Grab some more. And actually rehold this too.
Technology recharge.
Get rid of that. Bring over more of that. Oh yeah, I gotta keep an eye on my chromatic metal too. I'm gonna need 300 chromatic metal altogether. Alright. What I want to do is... Where is it? I'm gonna end up scaling down my silos a little bit. I was looking for something I can scale down. Normally I use the pallet. I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. What I do is, I want it to be 2 size, so what I do is I put down 2 pallets, one on top of each other. Then on the third one I just bring it up until it breaks the surface of those 2 pallets. You know, doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, right about there. And I'll delete these 2 pallets. Alright, so I have the size for my silo. Alright, and right now I can build 6 silos, but I only need to build 3, so do that, copy that, do a universal adjacency glitch. I'll just stick my silos in 3 of these corners. That way they, they're not piercing through the ceiling or anything. It takes up a lot less space inside. I'll just get 3 of those in the corners. Alright, and then toss a color on them. Sometimes the colors revert back. It's annoying, but it's another thing that's been broken for years that hasn't been fixed yet. And I will do a save point. Good. I was worried I didn't have enough jelly. Alright, so that part's done. Next up I'll run run my power. I'm assuming I'm gonna need 2 of these, so that's alright. I have enough to build 3. Metal plate and chromatic metal. And what was this? Okay, same type of stuff. So let's see. So I will need some more. We'll have to grab some more metal plating, but I think I only had 100 in my container. Let's get this out of here. Run that little bit off. So I might have to actually warp out of here, grab more metal. If I have to, I can make metal plating. I'll just rip some more fairy dust out of here. Move this over. I don't know why I only have 10 in there, but it is what it is. Run that off. I'm still gonna have a couple extra left over. Let's see. Okay, so I'll just do that. I'm gonna assume I'm gonna need more of it, so bring over that. Actually, what I normally do is I leave my nutrient processor somewhere to just open up a slot. Delete that because I know I'm not going to need it. Bring over that. I do have one more in here. Oh, I have even more. Okay. Oh, alright, I'll just bring this one over. I think that'll be enough metal plating and everything. Actually, I will play it safe, and I will bring another thing of, well, some more chromatic metal. Okay, so I'm gonna get the electric out of the way first. So, get rid of this thing. But also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig 4 holes in here to hide my supply pipes. The radon one I'm not too worried about, but good to have. when I bring my pipes over, I don't want my pipes to cross at all, because that can mess things up. So that will work. I'll have my electric go in probably right here. Run in here and refill my stuff before I start running around. Okay. I'm gonna head over to that electric. Should be over this way somewhere. Now I will have to expand this out a little bit, but not very much. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to put 2 of them down. Depends on what I get for a strength here. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so... Alright, so not very far. Can I actually mark that? Alright, good. Now I can see where it is, so I'm just going to use carbon. I'll put one right here to my boundary. I will kind of stretch these out a little bit. Something like that. I'll put one behind it. Alright. Now, hopefully I don't have any issues over here. Alright, it's looking good. And find my center point. See how this looks up here. Alright, so we move this one here. I don't need it to be right at 100%, but be nice if we can get 99 at least. I think that's going to be fine. Again, come over here. What I can actually do is toggle over to my pipe. Put the pipe right between my legs. And go out of camera mode. And switch that over to wire. Oh, okay. Wire. That should give me 99. Yeah, right now I can build 3 of those. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that. Okay, so I'm only gonna need 1 of these, which is great. So, what I'll do is I'll delete that. And I'm just going to drop down that wire again, like I was doing before. It'd be floating in the air a little bit, but actually... what I might do is actually drop it down again. take these out. There we go. I'll just leave the wire on the ground. Which one of these? Alright, so power should be all set. What I'll do is I'll run power right over to my, right over to that base. I'm not worried about variant stuff or anything like that, so what I would like to do is make it so it's not so obvious, so I'll do a termination point there. I always make a termination point kind of low. That way there's less of a chance of it popping up when you get closer to the base. And I'll stick another one here. And just run the... Oh, don't want to do that. Just run it all the way. Because you can use camera mode and really get in there, but... Oh, I'm going to run into an issue with my ship, aren't I? So... see if I can kind of skirt around it. Yeah. It's going to continue to give me a hard time. Okay.
Radiation protection falling.
I'm going to take that wire out. I just don't like it. Yeah, this ship is going to become a pain. I can tell already. I don't know why they don't make an adjustment to that. Oh, now I can't land. I've only been complaining about this little bug for about 4 years now. Alright, park this over here. Yeah, at least I don't have to really worry about using up all my base parts in this mode. Not yet anyway, so I'm not too worried about using extra wires and stuff.
Radiation protection falling.
Like on my regular saves, I'm always running out of base parts to use. Alright, so I'm gonna head back over here, try to make this look a little bit better. See where my wire was. There it is. Isn't there? Guess I did that all in one run. I know I didn't. Alright, there's that second wire. Alright. Start the silver. To about right here. I might end up running out of length here. Oh, I'm not going to. Good. And put my wire down here, connect into it again, bring it right up. There's power. So I'm just going to go back and delete all those walls now. I won't need them. I'll head over and do the uranium, get that squared away. And actually, I will leave those walls there for right now, just in case I end up with a power issue. We'll head over to this. It's going to be the same deal. I'm going to have to stretch a little bit, but shouldn't be very much. And that one's actually closer than I thought it was. Actually, might not have to stretch this at all.
Radiation protection falling.
Refill this.
Technology recharging.
I'll go and I'll put my wall over here. Something kind of like that. Oh, and this was a B class, I didn't realize that. Alright, I'm already at 59%. Sure I don't accidentally walk off this thing. Alright, 59% is going to work for me. I'll do the same thing, I'll switch over to the pipe. Put it right between my legs, pull it out. Camera mode, switch back over to wire. Oops. Alright. And I can build 8 of these if I want, but I only need the one. Oops. Take a look at what it is, and 59% density will work alright. Jump back over here. That and that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build down like this. I'm not really worried about what way it's facing, so I'm going to just do an adjacency glitch to the bottom of this. That way I don't have to keep going down. So I'm just going to put that in like that. And that's all set. I won't have to build another extractor here, so what I'm going to do is run my pipe. Put my pipe right in. And actually I'm going to run power first, because I'm not sure if my power is going to disconnect when I do this, so it's one of the reasons I like to run power first before I do the pipe, just so that I know everything is connected. So I'm going to be pulling power from right here. I'm just going to take that, drop it down here, connect again, and start making my way over to that uranium. I can see my marker. Okay. Knew it was in this direction, just didn't know how far. I'll just stretch this as far as I can, and then back off a little bit, because you can only go 200 units. Okay, so turned red, so I'll just make a termination point there and connect in again. I should be able to run this directly to it. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll bury stuff in the ground. Like if I'm, you know, on normal mode or whatever, or people are going to be visiting the base, I always bury wire and pipe. But I don't care about it right now. So that's all set. Now I'll just do the same thing with my supply pipe. Make a connection. And I try to stay with the wire when I can, but I don't really see the wire here to follow. So I'm not gonna really worry about it too much. I'm only worried about it being at the base. Try to make it look nice. So I'll just keep my eye right on my base marker, with at least in somewhat of a straight line. I'll do the same thing, just stretch as far as I can. And do a thing there. Running right back to the base. See, it's easy when they're close like this, but when they're, you know, 800 units away or whatever, it can be a pain. That's when you end up running like pylons and stuff like that, just to keep your pipes from crossing. So all I'm gonna do is drop this down in here, make another connection, and run it into the connector that's right behind this window. Then what I always do is I just check it to make sure it's connected correctly. Yeah, and as you see, my silos change back to their original colors again. That's been an issue since, I think, Foundations. For some reason, that update messed up a lot of stuff like this. So that's not too bad. That'll take, what, 3.5 hours to fill. So, you know, it will give me quite a bit of uranium for right now. And I'll do a quick save. See what else can be done in here. Got some nanites. That's all I'm just going to throw away. While I'm in here, I just want to make sure I'm going to have enough. Alright, I got enough for that, and I should have enough for that. So, should be good to go. Head out there and start doing. Okay, so next I want to get that magnetized ferrite out of the way. Check here. Just refill this. Yeah, I'll just use batteries for now.
Technology recharge.
Okay, and just refill this too. Might as well.
Technology recharge.
And let me just tag that hot spot, as it's kind of hidden behind a tree. So I'll just mark that so I can see it easier. Start making my way over there. I think while I'm on my way there, though, let's see how far this water is. My base. Okay, it's 200 units. So I'm going to dig a hole here for my pipe and wire. What I'd like to do is I mark it somehow, just so it stands out to me. Typically, I'd like to use the there's a roofing part that's shaped like a V. It's an internal sealant piece, but I don't have it unlocked. What I'll do is I'll put something else here. What I'll do is I'll just do like a really large lantern. That way it lets me know there's a hole there. That way I don't have to kind of search around for it or fall in it, you know. Because that's where I'll bury pipe and wire before I get back to my base. So swim out here.
Extreme radiation detected.
So I can't build. Alright, so right around here. Alright, so start doing my walls now. Just leave that one right out of the water. Something kind of like that. Yeah, I'd like to leave myself a little bit of room on the sides because I want to make sure the bubble that I'm building in expands out a little bit further as well. So actually, I should just leave these here too. Yeah, play it extra safe. I'm not stretching far or anything, but oh. It'd take long to run out of carbon. So, delete these middle ones. Alright. Might be being a little too cautious, maybe. I knew that was going to happen. I can never land on top of a wall. I see some people do it like no problem. I always have an issue with it. Let's see, can I go with metal? Yeah, I got a bunch of metal, so. I'm coming out like this just to make my bubble a little bit bigger. And build them.
Extreme radiation detected.
Do one right there, and do one on the other side. Now I shouldn't have any issues with building. Get out of that water though. There we go. Alright, everything's looking good. So, we'll toss up some floors and find my center point. Alright. I built everything on the wrong side. Whoops. Bring that back up. No. Yeah, I'm not too picky. 99 will be perfectly fine with me. Do the same thing, put down pipe, get out of camera mode, and switch back to my wire. Now if I glitch one of these on there, be at 99, that's fine with me. Well, I was being really picky. I could hit that 100, but I really don't need it, so. Actually, I'll do the same thing I did with my other refiner. I'm just going to do a universal adjacency to get it down there. So, grab my refiner. That's my glitch like normal. For some reason, if I'm only looking to glitch in one thing, I can't hit it, but if I'm doing multiples, it's not a problem. Alright. So that should still keep my density at 99. Yep. Although that's going to bother me because it is floating off the ground a little bit, so what I will do is I'll drop it down a little bit more. Copy that. There we go. At least it's touching the ground now. Get rid of this stuff. Alright. Now we'll run our wire.
Extreme radiation detected.
What I want to do is kind of stay in the middle set of walls, just so that I know it's like the largest buildable area. So stretch as far as I can get, and oh. I should run out of, yeah, connections too long, so I'll back up a little. Actually, do it like that, connect again. And there's my big lantern, so put my wire in there. I always try to get it down kind of low. Alright, and make my way back. This is going to go in that silo next to the door. What I'll do is I'll just stick that down there nice and low, make another connection, and go right up to my power. And I know I have power there because it's blue. So now I'll just do the same thing with my pipe. Make sure I'm on that outside connector. Not that it really matters, but just like how I like to do it. Alright. Now there is a camera glitch you can do to bury, to look under the map for your pipe and stuff. I'll use that from time to time.
Radiation protection falling.
It can be kind of finicky to get to work at times though, so, but it's another way that you can quickly bury pipes and stuff underground. I'll go in here, put that one in. I'll just do the same thing I did before. Go back out here and stretch as far as I can.
Extreme
battery. Put that down there. Do a recharge.
Radiation damage detected.
Then continue my pipe.
Radiation protection falling.
It does not take long to eat through your radiation when you're in the water. Wow. Alright, and go do my termination point. I should be all set to remove this stuff now. Just want to be careful I don't accidentally delete my wire or my pipe. I know that stuff should be connected fine, so I'm confident to go ahead and delete this stuff. Yeah, the only thing you have to really be careful of is you don't accidentally delete wire or pipe doing this. Especially in cloudy water like this. Sometimes it can be hard to see them. Trying to avoid getting in the water. It looks like it gives you extreme damage when you're in water, so. Get rid of these walls. And like, I can't see my pipe here, but it's supposed to be here. Sometimes it doesn't render. That's one of the another feature, I guess. It should be connected. I'm gonna leave that lantern there for now. I'll probably come back and get it later on. I just want to make sure everything's looking good in here. Yeah, sometimes if you get too far away from stuff, your pipes disappear. So, okay, so that looks good. Like, that'll only take 2 hours to fill up. See, the main advantage for magnetized ferrite is, you only need, you know, like 1 stack of magnetized ferrite will give you 2 stacks of pure ferrite. So it's just, it makes refining, you know, downward a lot quicker than going from ferrite dust to pure ferrite to magnetized ferrite. So it is good to have some of that on, you know, for a resource. Now, last one's gonna be paraffinium, or not paraffinium, radon. That'll be over here somewhere, and let's see, that's only a C glass. I'll try to get pretty close on this one. Alright. I'll do the same thing, just build a little scaffold in, or a little, you know, little floor area. Whoops. Make it easier to find the hot spot. Alright. Trying to see a little marker. There it is. And again, only need 1 of these. Oops. I always like to just verify it before I... There we go. Before I start glitching them in. Okay, yep, 39%. That's good enough. I'm just gonna, how tall is this? Alright. So I'm just gonna do that. Actually, I will sink that down a little bit further. I'll do the same thing. Doing it this way is kind of nice because you don't have a wire to leave behind. But I doubt I'll end up putting a, you know, needing to put a bunch of these in, so. This one will be nice and easy. I barely have to move anything. So I'm actually just going to pull power. I'm just going to pull power right from here. Actually go to the back one, that way it's underground a little bit more. Get rid of that. But my pipe, I want to make sure I don't actually make this a little bit safer. Do a hole over here. I want to make sure my pipe goes nowhere near that uranium one, because that can cause interference, and then you get a mess on your hands. So put this pipe down here, and it's nowhere near that uranium. Alright, build a put pipe down here. You pull that pipe out right now. I just went to the wrong thing. I saw there was already a pipe in that hole, and I'm saying something ain't right here. Oh, it's that frame that I'm looking at. Where's that other pipe going? Okay, so I'm seeing that pipe, alright. So Alright, I want to be careful here. I need to keep these pipes separated. So I'm gonna actually terminate this one here, then connect it up. Because those are kind of crisscross. Yeah, I went too deep underground with that pipe. So I better run in here and make sure those all line up alright. So I might have two of them that read like... Okay, so let's raid on. So that one's good. Make sure this is magnetized ferrite. Alright. So we should be all set. Uranium. Make sure they're all reading correctly too. Okay, 5 hours. Okay. So disaster averted. Alright, so those are all set up. I'm gonna go get this lantern. And what I try to remember to do is to fill in any of these holes that I leave behind, because that can screw up your render. You know, a small base like this ain't gonna matter much, but if it's a larger base or anything that's complex, it'll take, you know, stuff longer to load in, or it'll be laggy. So, let's see, fill that in. And there should be this one here. And I got a couple walls over here to rip out. That's about it for that base. I am going to leave a storage container. What I tend to do on all my permadeath bases like this is I'll leave storage container 0 at it. That way I can just put stuff directly into my storage container. That way it's not taking up room in my inventory, and also it makes it, you know, a quick way to, you know, get all my resources in one spot. That way when I get back to a mixing base, I can, you know, just grab it all out of there. Alright, yeah, my wire's still on the ground. That's okay though. Yeah, like you can only hold, you know, like 300 uranium in one, you know, one slot. If I'm taking out 1250, I need somewhere for that other, you know, uranium to go. And if I don't have room for it, I don't want to lose it. So, yeah, just use those up. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just put the what I need in my ship or whatever, and then the rest of it I'll just toss in the storage container and deal with it later. I'm gonna pick this up. See, this is a base that I'm just gonna stop at, pick up stuff, and then warp out of. So I don't really need to bother with a landing pad or anything like that. If they were like storm crystals or something, then I'd probably put in a landing pad and an exocraft. But pretty much this is just the basic setup I use for little resource bases like this. I want to make sure I take this with me. And I also want to make one of these, so I need 2 nanotubes. Sometimes I'll shrink these down, but I'm not going to bother with this one. Alright. That's pretty much how I set it up, and storage container, typically I just stick it outside. It's nice to have it so that it's accessible pretty easily, but not like a necessary thing. What I might do is just stick it right there. That way you can grab whatever you need out of it. That way it's also powered up, so, you know, I got all that crap in there now. Alright. So just finding that one electric hut spot, that would have saved me, what, 2, 4, that would have been 6, actually, plus this building, that would have been 8 solar panels and 4 batteries, you know, as opposed to 1 electrical, you know, electromagnetic generator. So A big difference if you can find them. I'll change the color on these again. Hopefully they'll stick. But I'm not too hopeful for it. They always seem to change back. Do a quick save there. And I'd like to try to make it so my base computer can actually be accessed from the inside. That's why a lot of times I put them right next to the door. So, uranium, magberry, right on. Quick little screenshot. Wow. The bad thing is, when you go to take your screenshot, it remembers where your base was, where your base computer was originally. Sometimes you have to kind of mess around to get the screenshot. All right, so that one's all done. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to let me see if it'll tell me in here actually. Discoveries. I want to go over to that winter system, which I believe is this. Yep. So, system was near, yeah, this one. We'll warp over to here. See if I can take a look at some of those winter planets. Okay, before I head down there, I do want to switch over my multi-tool. I can go to the right thing here. There we go. See if there's any other stuff in the system that might help. Pyrite would be good, because I need some of that anyway. Ammonia. Okay, so a toxic planet and a desert planet if I can find it. And switch back before I forget. Make sure, okay. And yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the upgrade thing. And I do want to check this to see if either of those materials are for sale. See if there's anything else. I should have put some of this stuff in my ship. Some of that extra. Okay. I can use a couple extra metal plating. That's not gonna hurt anything. Let's see. There's nothing here. There are wiring looms, but those are really expensive. Alright. So none of this stuff is scanned, but I know there's another winter planet in this system. So head down and see if it's easier to navigate. I do want to get a couple of stacks of dioxide, and then whatever else I can find here. I'm not going to be doing a lot of running around looking for stuff though. I'm here mainly just to grab the resources. I'm going to have to jump off shortly, so I want that planet. I don't need that. That might be toxic. Another hot planet. Let's see if I can get a read on this one now. Okay, so I do have pyrite over there. Might have to toss down a pyrite base over there. And what is this? Okay, that's a volcanic planet. Alright, so no toxic planet. There might be one in that other system. It's a 2-planet system with like an anomalous planet. So that one might have what I need.
Technology recharge.
So if one of these winter planets is nice, I might set up a dioxide base too. That other one was just the trees were too dense and it was way too hilly. It's kind of a pain to get around. This one might be a little bit better. So let's see what we get. Doesn't look as dense as the other one, but it's still pretty hilly. I can find a building. Alright, seeing frost crystals, so that's good. Grab some of that stuff too. Thought it marked a building for me. That might be dioxide right there. One over here. Looking for a place that I can land for free. Yeah, that will work. I got some frost crystal right there too. Alright, there's Topo. Run down here and see what's in the terminal. Alright, got dirty bronze, I got some dioxide. Not very much of anything, so just double check, no planetary fauna. Salt dioxide and copper. Alright, let's see. Alright, got some dioxide over there. I want to go towards, actually there's some plants over this way too that I saw on the way in. So, but first I want to rob any containers I see. There's some over here. Rob these and then just sell the stuff. If it's garbage. No more over there. I'm glad I got that Atlas pass early on. Okay. So, looks like it's just going to be that rusted metal. That microprocessor already went in there. Alright. I'll go sell that off. that.
Units received. Units received.
Alright. So plants were over here, weren't they? Alright, see if there's any dioxide in that area. Salt. Some damaged machinery. Some more salt. More salt. Oh, jeez. They forget to put dioxide here? 800 units away. Wow. Saw something closer over here though. Thought I saw something closer. Alright, go for a walk. That's a big ball. To start paying a little more attention to what I'm doing. But it's a weird angle. Grab as much of this stuff as I can get. Oh, I already took that one. Alright, so that should be a pretty good amount. So all I'm gonna do is get that out of my inventory. Just toss it right in here. Yeah, and I can only do 150 in a stack. It kind of slows me down. Just make sure I take that with me though. Alright, and I did see damaged machinery, so I will go grab that on the way. I know I definitely saw dioxide, but I think it's on the opposite side. Oh. God. Landed right inside that thing. Nanites and grab this. See if I see any dioxide close. I've got a building over there. Copper. Alright, there is dioxide over there. I'll head over and grab that. What I'd like to get is at least 2 stacks of this. I'm not sure exactly how much I need. I keep getting killed by plants, or stupid things. I like to snap you. Yeah, get rid of it. Alright. Dig out all of this. Do what I normally do. I'll dig down a little bit and then go underneath all this. Save on my hazard protection. There we go. In here a little bit further. Well, there we go. Put a bit of dioxide here. This is a good size deposit. Oh.
Technology recharge.
Ooh, I need to get ferrite dust. Not ferrite dust, silicon powder. Just blast that for now. Do a refill.
Technology recharge.
I didn't realize my manipulator was that low. Get it to now.
Technology
There we go. It's a little bit better. Back to the dioxide now. I think this deposit was going to be that big. Actually, quite a bit here. I think it's going like the whole side of the little hill here. Make sure you grab some of this powder at the same time. This one deposit might be all I need. Figured I'd probably have to run around and grab like 2 or 3 different deposits.
Technology recharge.
Alright, almost 2 stacks already. I might be able to get 3 stacks out of this. That'd be really nice. That would give me, it should give me everything I need. So a lot of those things I have to repair is only for, you know, like 50 dioxide. Just an annoying amount. Just enough to make it so you have to come out and find it. I'm probably gonna start taking damage soon. The good thing about the dioxide is I can also use it for hazard protection, as opposed to batteries. Right now it's more useful as more useful for repairing things, and also for planting some frost crystal. So I'm gonna grab as much as I can while I'm here. Alright. start taking hazard damage any second. I'm keeping an eye on my gauge.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, there's some damage. I'll jump out of here and get it easier on my neck. Alright, that was a good little deposit. I'll just refill that. Okay.
Thermal protection falling.
I'll hit that damaged machinery. Said I wasn't going to be bouncing around too much doing this, but I want to make sure I get a couple things done. I didn't expect to find that stuff so quick. So. Oh, could have crashed ship. See, that's why you kind of have to look around a little bit when you do some of this stuff. I never would have found this. It's a nice looking fighter too. Can I interact with it though? Oh, it's not actually here. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. Oh, what a bunch of jerks. That would have been nice. I'll have to settle for nanites. Actually, I'm gonna try something. I wonder if it will despawn if I do a reload. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hide in this little cave. Oh, there's a buried cache under me. Exosuit expansion. There we go. Put down a save beacon. Do a save. Then do a reload. See if that ship actually disappears or if it stays there. I wouldn't mind having that. As long as it's decent. It looks good. One of the better looking ships. I've always been a fan of the long nosed ones. Alright, so pick this thing up and head out here. Oh, it's still there. And I can still run right through it. So, that sucks. I would be so mad if I was doing a no ship challenge right now. I wonder if that's why some of these spots that I find are blank. You know, they'll just be a beacon to interact with. So I wonder, like, something that's kind of screwy with abandoned mode when it comes to that. I don't do that. Alright. See what happens with this. Do enter cockpit. Okay, economy scanner, that's not gonna really help me out any. A good find though. I won't have to buy it with nanites. Alright. More frostwork over there. Let me grab that buried cache. How full is my... Okay, launch thruster. One of those. Probably just nanites. Yep. Alright, throw that away. Alright, so I'm gonna make my way back towards my ship. If I see anything on the way, I'll pick it up. I don't want to get too far away. Oh, that pisses me off. I'd be so mad if I was doing a no starter ship challenge and that happened. Got damaged machinery, so I'll grab that. I think I might mess around on this planet a little bit later on, or next stream or whatever. I always like the winter planets. They're nice to look at. Not always good for traversal, but they look nice. Where's my salvage data? Maybe some salvage data here. There's the icon. The deep one. Alright. Pick that up. Flip this around.
Technology recharge.
I don't want to go too far off distress beacon. Oh, that's the one I was just at. Alright. I'll hit that one on the way.
Life support power low.
I should be scanning stuff while I'm here too. See, there's no animals, so it doesn't jog my, you know, jog my memory. This one. Anything else? Let's crosswork over there. I think I'm all set here. There's my stuff.
Recharge. Technology recharge.
There are a couple crates up here to grab too. I always forget about these lower platforms. So antimatter housing will be useful. Alright, let's sell some stuff.
Units received. Units received.
Alright. Yeah, I think I'll end up running around this planet probably next stream. Let me unpin that. Fly around here for a minute, see if anything good pops up. I haven't seen a crash freighter in quite a while either. Alright, is that... Let's swing in here. I'm gonna need to be jumping off here shortly, so I don't want to get in the middle of something. Move some of those over. Line. Oh, life support. Thank God. Alright. So we can rip that out of there. There. It's a sucky one, but it's better than what I had. Put that in the wrong order. Yeah, that's a really crappy one. Normally I would never celebrate that, but alright. That'll help out quite a bit. I'll be able to run around for more than 20 seconds without recharging. What type of building? Oh, that's a... Might be able to find a crashed ship that's actually there. Hopefully, anyway. Grab a drink here. So I wanted to check this. Nanites. Well, I'm building up my nanites slowly, but surely. A couple things discovered there. Upload every. Actually, I can rename these. That'll give me some nanites too. On my first system, I couldn't. Yeah, I wish I could just keep that name. Most of the time I go with just the default name. Or, you know, shorten it. A lot of times I like to put something at the end of it too, so mainly just to tag my name in a little vortex. Something like that. Somebody's not going to have any idea what it means, but it's alright. Oh, that just finished. Do that, refill this.
Technology recharging.
Inside. A lot of different hazardous plants here, so I expect them to be growing everywhere now. That one. Alien signal. I'll have to remember to go to that so I can clear it out. Like the one thing I didn't want. Alright, grab all this stuff. Why are these open? Oh, it's gaming that projectile ammo. Where did that ammo go? One way ship. What happened?
Technology recharging.
Alright. What's up? Alright, so gonna have to be heading out here. I'm gonna head back to my base and probably visit here tomorrow. Let's use the anomaly. Yeah, head back to my base and throw down a couple crystals there. Cross crystal. Get a couple of those planted. Have to jump out for the night. Glad I was able to get on tonight for a little bit and get that uranium base put together. Get a nice, well, actually a really crappy life support mod, but nice considering what I had. And yeah, got some resources. So head back over here. Now making some headway. Getting some stuff unlocked. Yeah, it's a shame about that that long-nosed spider, though. No, I would not be a happy camper if I was doing a no-ship challenge and that happened. You see stuff like that with this game all the time, though. It's almost like they see the complaints about stuff not working and they just ignore it. Come on. There we go. So I can get some of this put in. I'm just gonna plant everything I can. Alright. I know I have enough dioxide, so that'll be good. And actually, while I think of it, see if I can fix some of that. I think I need other stuff though. Actually, nope. I don't. I was thinking I needed ammonia. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. Alright. I think I'm just gonna buy the hermetic seals. Ionized cobalt. Okay, so quite a bit of it unlocked already. Just want to make sure I switch back though. Alright. And I have that dioxide. Gonna dump it in here. Yeah, I gotta fix up some of this stuff now too. Got a bunch of stuff that I have to refine. I'll move this stuff in here. I think that's all there is. And some more over here. Move that over. Normally I keep a stack of the pure ferrite and magnetized in my ship. I want to move that metal plating over too. Do it this way. That stuff too. Wrong one. Put that frost crystal back in here. Alright. So I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. Appreciate everybody swinging in, and I will see you next time. Alright, take care, guys.